Have closed that gap to 6-3.
Okay, couldn't hang on to this puck here.
You'll see on the replay, Langlois kicks it out with his stick, tries to pounce on the loose one, and there's Monich right there on the doorstep. And just as the goaltender goes to lift his leg out to kick it away, it's off the other leg and into the center. Nice hustle by the Barracudas as Monich was in the right place at the right time. And again, the Barracudas go to the attack. It's knocked in. Vanderform couldn't knock it into the front of the net. Grabbed up quickly by the Barracudas as they try to maintain the offensive power they've got so far. There's a quick shot by Monich, handled by Langlois. Monich, poke check quickly by Ricky Bosman, and he sends a nice breakaway pass. All alone as the Sharks. Quick shot, they scored! Number 15, Billy Joe Bosman on that long breakaway pass. And he found the open corner and put it behind goaltender Byron Persia.
The Barracudas got caught pressing here to get back into the game.
You'll see on the replay, there's a long shot just past the open, outstretched arm of goaltender Byron Persia. And that makes it now 7-3. Barracudas were caught on the offense and no defense coming back there as a breakaway pass was sent the length of the ice. Barracudas again putting the pressure on, is fired into the corner. Vanderform picks it up for the Barracudas, slides it to the side of the net. Sharks defense quickly jump on that loose puck, fired up off the boards by Ricky Bosman, who's got another breakaway for the Sharks. They go in, they shoot. Oh, a nice save by Persia with that quick glove hand.
This time he came out and cut down the angle well.
Has been two quick breakaway passes. A long shot, and they scored. After a breakaway, the Sharks defense came quickly in, and with a long wrist shot, found the opening behind the outstretched arm. You'll see in the replay here, here's the defenseman moving in quickly. Just gets to the edge of the circle, a long wrist shot, and just past the outstretched arm of Persia, and that makes it one goal closer, 8-3. Barracudas still trail after that nice long wrist shot from the Sharks defense. Vanderform. Forechecks, poked away by number 9. Tellon, he couldn't get it loose. It goes back, fired back into his own end zone, knocked away quickly. The Sharks try to get out of their own end zone. Monich sends it quickly back in again. And just as the buzzer goes, we had a 3-on-1 break as Kelso stepped over the line with Monich and Vanderform, but the buzzer went to stop the play. So the final score from Spartan Minor Hockey, the Sharks 8 and the Barracuda 3s. So from McLean Hunter Cable TV, this has been Glenn Sear and Alan Steinwall bringing you Spartan Minor Hockey. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Spartan Junior Hockey. Tonight we have the Blackhacks versus the Sharks. We'll get right to the live action as it goes quickly into the Sharks end zone. The Blackhawks applying the pressure early in this first period. Fired in quickly to the side of the net. Hawks scramble loose, hit the side of the goalpost, comes right back out to goaltender Tom Boudreau, and he holds on for the faceoff. As the Hawks had an early chance there to take the lead, just carrying off the goalpost and right back to goaltender Tom Boudreau. Face off to the left now of Boudreau and the Sharks net. Both teams starting with their small baby lines out there. And you'll see a lot of action with the scrambling of all the players out on that ice surface. Puck's quickly knocked out. We've got a breakaway quickly for the Sharks. He locked it a little too far ahead. He's got to catch up to it. Goaltender Andrew Brandes comes out, knocks it into the corner. Came back out, right out in front. Free chance there for number 12, Willem Bosman. He couldn't knock it into the net. Comes to the side of the net, knocked around, goes behind. The Hawks quickly get on the loose puck, fired up on the boards by 7, Derek Plow. Plow got it to the blue line, stopped there by Gibson. They get it to the, finally get it outside the blue line. Pass up on the wing, picked up by number 14, Andrew Marshall. Marshall for the Hawks, to the Sharks blue line and in, knocks it to the face-off circle. It's knocked loose into the front of the net. Quick shot. Nice save by Boudreau. And it squirted loose and went behind the net. Sharks get it out to near the blue line and finally do get it outside the blue line and down the ice. Comes deep into the Blackhawk zone, and Blackhawk defense comes back to pick it up. Number 8, Corey Plow. Plow for the Hawks, gets it up to number 7, Derek Plow. They get it out over the blue line. 2 players go to the ice, a little bit of a scramble, comes loose again, fired right back in by the Sharks, right by David Mutah. He couldn't get control of it. Fired back out by the Hawks into the center zone. Got a race for it. Gibson goes back for the Sharks, takes a swing at it, knocked down by the Hawk forward, and it goes in deep into the Sharks end zone. Hawks come out in front, nobody there. Puck goes back into the corner, scramble for it, knocked right by number 22, Rick Ralph. Comes all the way back as Ralph knocked it all the way out into the center zone. Now we've got a steal for the Sharks and a clear breakaway for number 12. Willem Bosman goes in, shoots. Oh, and what a save by Brent in the Hawks net. It went off the side of his arm and wide. Comes to the side into the corner. Picked up there by number 99, Craig Clement. For the Sharks, goes back in behind the Hawks net. Picked up behind the net is by number 12, Willem Bosman, who had that breakaway. He's going to try again. His shot from the back of the net, stopped by Brandeis. Comes right out in front of the slide area, two of them take a swing at it, puck's loose. And finally the Hawks come up with it and start off down the ice. Felsham sends a breakaway pass, and we've got a breakaway for Andy Marshall all by himself for the Blackhawks. Marshall, the long shot, hit the goalpost. Marshall all alone for the Hawks. He hit the goalpost at the other end. Comes back out in front, Marshall for the Hawks, goes over and picks it up the face-off circle. Turns and fires it in behind the net, goes off the boards. It's behind goaltender Tom Boudreau. And down come the Sharks to the blue line, and they finally fired out. A race going the other way, just as the buzzer goes. And two excellent opportunities, one at each end. One for Bosman for the Sharks and Marshall for the Hawks. Both on breakaways and both stopped by the goaltenders in a goalpost. As face-off just outside the blue line of the Hawks. As the bigger lines now come on. Playing a net now for the Hawks, Roger Seacrest. And for the Sharks, Brian Langlois. Long shot all the way down. Langlois stops up for the Sharks and holds on as two of the Blackhawk players come cruising in dangerously close, and he doesn't want to give no rebounds. 0-0 the score. Hawks in their white, Sharks in the teal blue. From the face-off, quick shot stopped by Langlois. Another shot right across the goal mouth, goes into the corner. Hawks get on it right away, fired back to the blue line, stopped there. Bruce DeLynn, long shot, right in front of the goal mouth, knocked away. Hard check behind the net, and the Sharks try to get out of their own end zone. Comes back to the blue line. Gibbons tried to take it away, stopped with her, and down come the Sharks. Pass right at the blue line, knocked down by Thomas Segrist. Comes back, Hawks try to get it out. They don't get it outside the blue line as Bouvier tried to get it knocked down. Again, the Hawks try to get it outside the blue line. Gibbons got it as far as the blue line and center, and the Sharks again right on that loose puck, start back in at the blue line. Scramble for it inside the blue line, picked up by Bosman. Rick Bosman sends it in. Stopped there quickly by number 4, Graham Gibbons. He couldn't get control, and the Sharks right on every loose puck comes back, picked up finally by number 11, Ryan Lucan. A breakaway pass for the Hawks. They go racing in Segrest from behind the net. A shot knocked to the back of the net by Langlois. Comes back to the blue line, knocked back in by Gibbons. Hawks down in the Sharks end after being hemmed in for a minute or so. Get to the blue line, and out come the Sharks as the play goes end to end. Sharks send it right back in to the blue line. Fired across harmlessly to the other side by number 9, Tellen Giet. And the Hawks start out of their own end zone, knocked out and down the ice by the Hawks safely. Sharks start off behind their own net. Comes out into center. Fired right back in again. Lost there by Segrist as he turned just in time to see the play go by him. Again, knocked back in again by 19 Corona. He couldn't get control, and down come the Sharks. They cross the blue line. The Sharks player falls to the ice just as he made the last turn, and Bossman had his chance there to put one home and fell just as he was going to shoot it. Sharks once again get control at their own blue line, but Blackhawks take it from center and fire it back in behind goaltender Langlois. Comes to the far side. Kept in by Gibbons. Comes back to the blue line. Gibbons couldn't keep it in on the blue line. Gives it away, and Thomas Segrist sends it into the Sharks end zone. Fight for it just inside the blue line. Sharks get it out into the center zone. Fired right back in again by Fanner. And the buzzer goes for the line change, and we'll have the second lines coming back out for both teams with a 0-0 score. Lots of action back and forth so far in this hockey game, as both teams have had the opportunities in end-to-end rushes. Face off just outside the blue line of the Sharks. One of the Sharks players getting his gloves reorganized over by the bench. Now he's coming back into the play. From that face off, a little bit of scramble just at the circle. Knocked down by the Hawks. Sent back in deep into their zone. And the Sharks get to their blue line, get it out to center. A little bit of scramble. One of the Sharks pulls away. Telling Giat, goes in on the goaltender, shoots just wide. Picks up his own rebound, fired it just one behind the net as he had both goaltender Segrist laying on the ice. Comes to the blue line but not out. Now we've got a race for it, and down the ice go the Hawks. Nice defensive move by Giat. Right across the goal mouth, and the Hawks had the opportunity there to get one on a 1-0 2-on-1 breakaway, and they couldn't get anything fired at goaltender Brian Langlois. Down come the Sharks on the wings. Sharks going a long shot, easily handled by Seacrest. Scramble for it right at the front of the net, right over top of the net as it went over top of Roger Seacrest's head, but it also went over the net. Comes to the side, picked up there by Jennifer McLean. She couldn't control it. Comes back near the blue line. McLean grabs it up for the Sharks, sends it to the face-off circle, grabbed in there and pulled down by Plow. Center, rink wide, all the way down, long shot. Nice save by Langlois. Hawks send it back in quickly. On the delayed offside, the puck entered before all the players could clear the zone. So I'll have a face-off just outside the Sharks blue line with the score still 0-0. And the Hawks coming close on the last opportunity there on that breakaway. Langlois foiled it once again. From the face-off, scramble just outside the blue line. Hawks try to send it back in. Sharks knock it away quickly, comes all the way back down to the Hawks end zone. A little bit of jostling just as they cross the blue line between Derek Plew and the Shark winger. Down, goaltender's knocked down there by Secor. Puck goes behind the net. Secor forechecking now for the Sharks. Brought up on the wing by the Hawks. They bring it back down again. Fired in just past Derek Plew. He couldn't get control of it. Fired up on the wing. Knocked down again by the Hawks. Knocked right back in offside on the play. The Sharks sent 3 attackers, and one was just one stride ahead of the puck. Face off outside the blue line of Roger Seacrest in net for the Hawks. Still 0-0 the score in this tight battle so far early in this first period. From the face-off, knocked back to the center zone. Sharks quickly get on that loose puck, fire back towards the Blackhawks zone, comes to their blue line. Knocked away by Brian Crona as the buzzer goes for a line change. And we'll see the small lines coming back out again for both teams. So the score here early in this first period, still the Blackhawks no score and the Sharks no score. Face off at center. Now in net for the Hawks, Andrew Brandis, and for the Sharks, goaltender Tommy Boudreau back in net for the Shark team. Knocked away quickly by Andrew Marshall of the Hawks. Into the corner, goes loose. Picked up there quickly by the Sharks, who come in checking deep in the Blackhawk zone. Comes around on the corner, picked up there by Clement. Clement couldn't get control of it, knocked away safely by Derek Plew. He's checked to the blue line, hard check by Plew as he sent the Shark player heavily to the ice. Goes into the corner, picked up by the Shark defense, by the Blackhawk defense, comes to the side of the net, knocked away by Derek Plew. He couldn't get control of it, comes to the blue line, and we've got a breakaway now. 3 Hawks break out all alone. Andrew Marshall, his second breakaway of the period, long shot, and again, goaltender Tommy Boudreau comes up with a big save on that breakaway for Andrew Marshall. Marshall all alone on that play with another Blackhawk player following up close behind, but goaltender Tommy Boudreau stood his ground and cut the angle off for a no-goal situation. From the faceoff comes back, picked up by Derek Plew. Plew, Marshall slides way out to get on the puck, loose at the side of the net, and again Marshall comes up with a save, comes back to the blue line. Corey Plew keeps it in, he gives it away to Joey Keegan. Knocked out to the blue line. Sharks try to get it back out. They get out to center. And Hawks come right back again to stop that play. To their own blue line. Knocked back up the center by Andrew Marshall. We've got a breaker for the Sharks. Quick shot. Oh, and what a save by Andrew Brandis as he sprawled out and went off his arm and just wide of the net again. From behind the net, brought out by Corey Plew to the blue line. He sends up a breakaway pass as 2 of them break away. Derek Plew and Corey Plew both break away. A long shot. Oh, and it went behind goaltender Tommy Boudreau. He reached behind him and pulled it in, and that was a clear breakaway for Derek Plew, and he couldn't put it by goaltender Tommy Boudreau. They did get behind him, but it didn't go over the goal line. There it goes. From the face-off, Plew keeps it in again. To the blue line, Sharks breakaway now. A breakaway going down the other way, and a nice defensive play by Derek. And he stopped that breakaway. Derek Plew came right back from the face-off circle to catch up to the breaking Shark, and he cut him down at the blue line. Comes across the blue line again, the Sharks coming in. Plew knocks it back to the blue line. Sharks keep it in though. Joey Keegan tried to knock that one out for the Hawks. Sharks come right back in again. Here's a quick shot. Nice save. It's behind goaltender Brandis. He's got it in a scramble. It just went by Rick Ralph. He couldn't knock it in. Comes into the corner. Picked up there by Joshua Higgins. Higgins for the Sharks couldn't keep it in. Comes back outside the blue line. Sent right back in quickly by the Sharks. Stopped there by Corey Plew. It's a loose puck in front. Oh, and what a save by Andrew Brandis again. As number 22, Rick Ralph, was all alone in front of him, and he was robbed by Brandis. So, excellent goaltending so far in this hockey game has kept it at a 0-0 score. between the Hawks and the Sharks. Now in net for the Hawks, Roger Seacrest and Brian Langlois got into the nets for the Sharks with the big line changes. From the face-off to the left of Seacrest, comes over on the far side. Picked up there by 15, Billy Joe Bossman. He sends it back to the blue line, quickly sent right in deep by the Sharks. Long shot, tip right in front. Oh, just knocked wide. As Bossman had his chance there to take the lead for the Sharks. Comes to the other side, picked up by 16, Bouvier. They sent it out, knocked away by Seacrest. Tom Seacrest couldn't get it for the Hawks, and the Sharks come right back in again. Sent a long shot. Oh, off the stick of Seacrest. It hit the heel of a stick and went in the side of the net. On that long shot, it looked like number 9, Tellen Giat, had fired it. And the Sharks have taken a 1-0 lead. It's a long shot from well outside the face-off circle. Hits the heel of goaltender Seacrest on his stick and goes into the top of the net. Sharks won, and the Hawks no score. Long shot from the blue line. Goes into the corner off the stick. Picked up by the Sharks. 3 Sharks come down across the center zone to the blue line. And a little bit offside as Dan Marwich held on to the puck for 1 stride too long. And teammate Greg Roberts was just crossing the blue line ahead of the puck. Sharks won, Blackhacks no score. Midway through this first period, from the face-off fire between Bouvier's legs, he couldn't get control, finally does and sends it outside the blue line for the Hawks, all the way deep into the Shark zone. Sharks go back, pick it up, fire it up into the center zone. Knocked down quickly and picked up by Graham Gibbons. Gibbons fires it into the Shark zone, nobody there to get a hold of it. Sharks send it to the blue line. Blackhawks right on it at the line, keep it in. Knocked away, kept in by Bouvier. Scramble for it in the corner, picked up there by Billy Joe Bossman. Bossman couldn't get it control. Hawks tried to set up a play right in front of the net. Scramble for it, knocked down, left right in front of goaltender Brian Langlois, and he just falls on top and smothers any loose puck that's going to come out. So the score still remains, the Sharks won, Blackhawks no score, midway through the first period. But the shots have been pretty well equal on goaltenders as both teams have had the chances to take the lead early in this hockey game. From the face-off, comes back to the far side of the face-off circle. Sharks try to get control in their own end. Set up a little bit of offense to get out. Hawks right on that loose puck, fired right across the goal mouth to Gibbons. Gibbons couldn't get it. And again, Langlois comes out and smothers any rebound as the buzzer goes for the line change. And Langlois not taking any chances and smothers every rebound that comes near his net. Less than 8 minutes remaining in this first period of play. 1-0 to score. Sharks have taken that lead early in this period. From the face-off, Sharks try to get out of their own end zone, quickly dumped right back in by Bruce DeLynn. Brudelin fired it deep into the far corner. Sharks jump on that loose puck quickly and start out of their own end zone. Fired up along the boards. Got a race for it as they cross the blue line. Picked up there by the Sharks. Long shot. Nice save by Seacrest as it's knocked into the corner. Puck comes loose. Picked up there by Lampton. Lampton couldn't get it out. Sharks come right back in again. Fired around in the corner. Scramble for it just outside the blue line. Hawks trying to get it to the blue line and out. Goes past Jennifer McLean. And outside the blue line, Sharks have to go back and regroup. Sharks pick it up in their own end zone, go behind their net. Fired up along the boards outside the blue line, knocked ahead, and down come the Sharks again. Colin Giat couldn't get control of it. Fired back to the Sharks end zone. We got a 2-on-0 breakaway. Long shot wide of the net. Hawks right on top of the play again. Fired back to the blue line. Defenseman was cut out of position. Has to go back outside the blue line, pick it up. Fired back in by the Hawks. Greg Roberts goes back and picks it up for the Sharks. Bad pass right in front of the net, and almost a steal there by the Hawks. Couldn't get control of it, and it's quickly grabbed up by the Sharks, and they start out of their own end zone again. Sharks get to their own blue line and just out, fired up along the boards. Down come the Sharks. Fired in at the side, knocked off by Seacrest. Nice save on that shot. Fired right in the corner of the net, knocked back into the corner. Along the boards, picked up there by 15, Bobby Lampton. Outside the blue line, lost it, picked up there by Secord, who gave a pass away. Knocked away by 7, Derek Blow. Fired in all the way down to the Shark zone and fired back up along the boards. Picked up along the boards. We've got a breakaway now for the Sharks. Moving in, a shot. Seacrest got it. The puck is loose. And a collision in front of the net. The puck carried on behind the net after Seacrest had made that save. On telling Giat, he'd made the first initial save. And the puck carried off the two players' bodies and went behind the net. 1-0 to score. Less than 5 minutes remaining in this period. Sharks are still holding on to that narrow 1-goal lead. Front of the face-off, quickly jumped on and stolen away by Lampton. He races down the wing. Lampton, being hounded by the Sharks defense, takes a shot on net, does get it off, bounced over the open top corner of that net, and down come the Sharks the opposite way. Fired in the corner, picked up by Giat. Couldn't get a shot away. The Hawk defense came back right away. Keegan. Fired around on the boards, just as the buzzer goes for the line change. And both teams have had excellent opportunities here in this first period of play. But there's only been 1 goal scored, and that's been the Sharks, as they hold a 1-0 lead. Late now in this first period of play, and the small lines come back on, baby lines come back on for both teams. Now in net for the Sharks, Tommy Boudreau, and for the Hawks, Andrew Brandis. From the face-off at center. A little bit of a scrum there, picked up and knocked away by Plow. Plow knocked it away and down outside the blue line. Long pass down the ice. Sends away Felsham. Felsham from the corner fires it in, knocked away by Boudreau at the side of his net. Goes across to the far corner. Fired back into the corner, picked up there by Craig Clement. Clement fired it back off the boards to the blue line. Sharks get it outside their own blue line and down the ice. Race for it there as Willem Bossman puts on a chase. 2 Blackhawks come back to cover up, picked up there by Corey Plow. Plow to the blue line. Sets it up, fires it on the wing to Joey Keegan. 2 Shark defensemen fell to the ice as Keegan goes across the blue line, leaves the puck there for Marshall. Marshall tries it backhand and scored! Marshall with a nice backhand right along the ice. Caught goaltender Boudreau hugging the goalpost a little too tight. You'll see in the replay, Marshall just gets the stick on it enough to get the backhand towards the net. It changes the direction of the puck enough. And right at the edge of the goalpost behind goaltender Tommy Boudreau. And that ties his hockey game up in the dying minutes of this first period. Down come the Sharks right away. Bossman tried to get a shot away, fell to the ice as he was shooting. Picked up there quickly by Derek Plow. He got it outside the blue line and down the ice. Deep into the Shark zone in the final 2 minutes of this first period. Goes all the way to the other end. The Shark defenseman fell on it. Derek Plow comes in, takes a puck from around behind him. Cuts in front, slides it right across the goal mouth. Couldn't be knocked in there by Marshall. Blackhawks Trying to apply a little bit of pressure, comes and picked up by Rick Ralph. He knocked it along the boards, got it to the blue line, kept in by Gonzalez. Gonzalez hit a leg. Down comes 3 Sharks on a breakaway. Long shot. Oh, just wide by number 12, Willem Bossman, as he fired that one just inches wide of the goalpost. Goes into the corner, a little bit of pushing and shoving along the corner boards. Knocked away finally by Plu. He gives it away to Marshall. Marshall fires it out to the blue line, but not far enough. Pass up on the boards. Pass now, they're from the blue line. Down come the Hawks, long shot. Nice save by Boudreau. The net is empty and they've scored. The Hawks took advantage of the fallen goaltender and put the puck into the net to take the lead. Joey Keegan came from nowhere after goaltender Boudreau had made the original save. Two to one the score. Hawks have taken the lead. Long shot, stopped by Brandeis, fired up along the boards, picked up by Felsham. As the buzzer goes to end that first period of play, with the Hawks coming back with 2 late period goals to take the lead in this hockey game, 2 to 1. After some great goaltending at both ends, the Hawks seem to come to life in the final 2 minutes of this hockey game and have jumped into the lead. Face off at center to start the second period of play, just getting all set up with the players from the second and the top lines. The Hawks have jumped into that lead late after a quick goal by the Sharks gave them the 1-goal, 1-0 lead for a majority of the first period. The Hawks came back late in that first period and scored 2 quick ones to take that 2-1 lead into this second and final period. From the face-off, fired deep in to the Sharks zone by Billy Joe Bossman. Behind the net, the Hawks try to regroup, set up a play, get out of their own end zone, comes near the blue line, and the Hawks start out of their own end zone. Slid up on the wing, picked up there by number 3, Thomas Seacrest. Seacrest couldn't get it over the blue line. They get it to the blue line, fired back in, and the Hawks get deep into the Sharks zone, goes around behind the net, picked up there by the Sharks behind their own goal, fired around on the boards. Stopped there by Dan Marwich. Marwich tries to get out of his own end zone, gets to the blue line, sends a pass down the wing, picked up by Talon Giat. Fired on the boards, back outside the Hawks blue line. Sharks have to come back and take it up again. Giat sends it up over the blue line, tries to send away his winger. They couldn't get control of it, and Hawks defense quickly jump on the loose puck, fire back out to the blue line. Clement tried to send it back in for the Sharks, couldn't get it far enough in. Hawks send it out to the center zone. Fired around on the wing. Hawks again standing their ground at their own blue line. They stop the Sharks right inside it and start back out again on the rush. Blackhawks get up to center over the blue line. Long shot wide of the net, comes to the far side. Picked up there by number 11, Ryan Lucan. Stopped at the blue line nicely by Graham Gibbons. He sends it back in deep into the Shark zone. Picked up there by number 3, Thomas Seacrest. Seacrest tried to poke it in from the short side, couldn't get there. A quick shot, they scored! A quick shot by number 3, Thomas Seacrest. It looked like it might have been deflected, but it did go past goaltender Brian Langlois, and the Blackhawks now lead 3-1. You'll see it come right out in front. Bouvier gets a quick shot away. It hits the goalie stick and into the net. So it's Seacrest who slid it over to Bouvier, and Bouvier put it home and take the lead 3-1 for the Blackhawks. From the face-off, fired over to the far side. Blackhawk defense, Ryan Lucan overskated it. Sharks try to get control. Hawks again, quick on that defense, set it up, trying to send it deep into that Shark zone. Send it in over the blue line down towards the far corner. Sharks have to go back and pick it up behind their own net. Fired around behind Langlois' net. Hawks get on the loose puck right away. Fired out into the face-off circle area. Back to the blue line. Kept in and pass over on the side to Seacrest. Seacrest couldn't get a shot away. Comes to the other side. Shot deflected just wide. Sharks trying to get a little bit of reorganization and deep in their own end zone. Comes to the far side, Lucan. Tried to send it back to the point man. Blocked. He's dumped in the corner by Bossman. And we have an injured player in the corner. It might have been Seacrest who got dumped in the corner by Bossman as they both chased for the puck. So Ryan Lucan might have been the one that went down on the play. Ryan Lucan, the injured player, as both of them collided as Bossman and Lucan chased the puck into the corner. So the score early in this period, the Hawks have jumped into that 3-1 lead, scoring 2 quick ones at the end of the first period and adding one early in this period here to take that 2-goal lead. And now we have an injury here to Ryan Lucan of the Hawks. Coach talking it over. Looked like he might be holding his knees. They fell on the boards fairly heavily. He might have just banged his knee into the boards. So the Hawks will be without the services of Ryan Lucan for a shift or so, and then he'll be back. Both teams making line changes. Face off just outside Sharks end zone, outside the blue line. From the face off, telling Gia knocked it away. Gia couldn't get it for the Sharks. Finally does, gets it back to the Blackhawks defense. Blackhawks quickly come right back in. Tried to set up the play. They fire to the blue line, but not in. Scramble in front of the Blackhawks bench. Sharks get it out and down the ice all the way deep into the Blackhawks end zone. Sharks quickly on a loose puck pass right out in front. Giat couldn't get a shot away. Comes back to the blue line. Stopped there by Marwich. He got a shot. It goes around into the corner. Stopped there by Krona of the Hawks. He got it behind his own net. And down come the Hawks. Hard hit there, and down goes Lampton of the Hawks, just inside his own blue line. Sharks try to get another shot away. Grabbed out by Seacrest as it bounced loose in front of the net. The puck is still loose. There's a try, hit a leg. Another try over top of the goaltender behind the net. Hawks fired around the boards. It's going to the corner, and they finally get control of it inside their own end zone. Fired to the blue line, but not out. Fired quickly back in by Philip Secord. Goes into the corner, picked up there by Derek Plew. Plew couldn't get it out, knocked right back in again by Greg Roberts of the Sharks. It goes into the corner, around back of the net. Hawks have to try and get out of their own end zone. They've got the 2-goal lead. The Sharks are starting to press. It's fired out of the blue line. We've got a clear breakaway now. The Hawks did get it out and sent a breakaway down the ice for Plew. Long shot. Nice save by Langlois. As Plew took the quick shot, Langlois just stood his ground and stopped that one on from the angle. Fired back outside the blue line. Race going the other way now. Man, a nice move. And down comes number 9, Tellen Giat, all alone. Puts the move on the goal. Oh, and what a save by Seacrest as he sprawled to make that save on number 9, Tellen Giat. Fired around over the net. Goes into the corner along the boards. Sharks keep it in. Fired to the blue line, but not out. Right back in again by the Sharks. Kept in there by Greg Roberts. He fires it around and back behind the net. Picked up there by Keegan. Keegan sidesteps one Shark player, falls as he slides into the boards. Knocked down there by Secord. for the Sharks, kept in by the Sharks inside the blue line. Finally, he's knocked out by the Hawks and got a race down the wing. Hawks, 3 of them, cross the blue line, offside on the play. Face off just outside the blue line. Now we have the line changes. The buzzer is sounded. Face off goes back out to center with the small lines, baby lines coming back on for both teams. Goaltenders Andrew Brandes for the Hawks and Tom Boudreau back in net for the Sharks. And the score still remains the Hawks 3 and the Sharks 1. With time clicking down slowly on the Sharks, you've got to get a quick goal here and get back into this hockey game. Face off out at center. Puck's trapped. Squirts out, knocked down quickly by Greg Clement. He fired it into the Hawks zone. Derek Plough goes back to pick it up for the Hawks. Plough fires it around behind his net, comes out on the boards in the corner. Knocked down by the Sharks as they try to get control and get back into this hockey game. Knocked into the corner. A little bit of a scramble in the corner. Picked up by the Hawk defense. Fired out. Hit a leg. Comes right out in front of the Hawks net dangerously. A quick shot as the puck squirted loose. Picked up there by Corey Plough. Knocked down and kept in by Rick Ralph. Fired around on the net behind the Blackhacks net by the Sharks. And Hawks try to get a rush going behind. Down on the wing, fired out to the blue line. And a quick, nice check by the Sharks defense. They let it go by down in the side. Down come the Hawks, pass right out in front. Marshall couldn't reach the pass. Marshall goes into the corner, picks it up, fires across the goal mouth, got to the side of the net. Picked up there by number 5, Joshua Higgins. Higgins took it to the side of the net, fired it along the boards. Got as far as Marshall. Marshall keeps it in for the Hawks, takes it backhander to send it in front. Head hit a leg, goes back into the corner, picked up by the Sharks. Scramble for it, finally fired out to the blue line, and 2 Sharks take off with the play, and down the ice they go. Race for it as down come the Sharks on the wing. Long shot. Brandes knocked it into the corner. Goes around the Blackhawks face-off circle. And the Hawks try to get out of their own end zone. Once again, knocked down by Derek Plough for the Hawks. Oh, shot just behind Brandes. He had to reach behind him and grab that one as he stopped, and it still went behind him and almost crossed the goal line. Score remains the Hawks 3 and the Sharks 1. Midway through this second and final period, with the Sharks coming close now on 2 occasions in the last minute or so to get it by goaltender Andrew Brandes. From the face-off, knocked down by Rick Ralph. Goes up behind the net. Dangerously in front of his own net, though. He lost the puck. Derek Plough lost the puck in front of his own goaltender. Finally knocks it away, and it goes outside the blue line and down the ice. Stopped there by Willem Bossman. Bossman sent it to the blue line. Hawks quickly get on that one as it came back out again quickly. And down come the Hawks. Back pass, nobody there. We've got a breakaway for the Sharks. Clear breakaway for Bossman, all alone. And goaltender Andrew Brandes came way out of his net and stole that one right off of Bossman's stick. And that preserves the 3-1 lead that the Hawks have been protecting. From the face-off, fired right back through the face-off circle to the blue line. Sharks try to get hold of it, and down comes Marshall all alone. Marshall goes in, shoots. Oh, and what a save by Boudreau. Sprawled out across his goal crease and pulled it away from Marshall once again. As the buzzer goes, saves at opposite ends by Brandes and Boudreau has kept this score at 3-1. Hawks in the lead. So we have a face-off to the right of now goaltender Brian Langlois in net for the Sharks. And back in net, Roger Seacrest for the Hawks. From the face-off. Comes back to the blue line. Knocked down quickly by Tom Seacrest. He couldn't get control for the Hawks. Comes around to the side, knocked back in quickly. Lampton knocked it over the blue line for the Hawks, and they send it deep into the Sharks zone. Goes back behind the net, Sharks. Fired around on the boards by Billy Joe Bossman of the Sharks. He sends a long pass around the boards, picked up there by Rick Bossman. Go across the blue line, sidesteps one player, goes around the other defenseman. Bossman shoots, and a nice save there by Seacrest on Billy Joe Bossman, as they had the chance to get within one. Seacrest comes up with a big save again for the Hawks. Pass right in front, shot just wide. Comes back out to the side of the net as Greg Roberts just missed on that chance there. Hawks try to get out of their zone, hit a skate, comes out to the blue line, and over the blue line, down come the Hawks. Pass up on the wing, offside on the play as Seacrest fell in behind Beauvier as they crossed the line. So just 14 minutes remaining in this second and final period. The Hawks still lead by 2, 3-1. We have a face-off just outside the Sharks blue line. From the face-off, knocked quickly in by Seacrest. Tom Seacrest knocked it over the blue line. Sharks quickly get it back out again. Hawks send it back into the blue line. And the Sharks knock it out into the center zone and down towards the Blackhacks zone. Scramble just at the Hawks blue line. Knocked down there by Graham Gibbons. Quick shot. Knocked away by Seacrest. He knocked it away, got to the blue line. And a knocked out by the Hawks. We've got a race for it. Goaltender Brian Langlois waits for it to come to him. Knocks it into the corner safely out of trouble. Fired to the side of the net. Langlois had to come up with a big save there as it was a quick shot. Puck squirts loose. Right in front of the net. Hit both goalposts. The shot hit both goalposts. As it was fired by Thomas Seacrest, it hit both goalposts and did not cross the goal line. And down come the Sharks towards the other end. Hawks stop him at the blue line. Picked up there by Tom Seacrest. Steps to the blue line. And offside on the play as both his wingers had crossed ahead of time. And a delayed offside on the play. And Tom Seacrest could have sewn the game up there as his shot went right by two defensemen and a goaltender in the crease. Hit the goalpost, across the goal line to the other goalpost, and did not enter the net. From the face-off, the Blackhawks go on the attack again. There's a shot. Easily handled by Langlois, sends it to the other side, picked up there by 15 Lampton. Lampton spun around, lost control of the puck, fired up the blue line by Billy Joe Bossman, and he sends away Rick Bossman. Bossman to the Blackhawks blue line just as the buzzer goes. And that ends that shift. And a big shift there for the Hawks as they had many opportunities to blow this game wide open. But the score still remains the Blackhawks 3 and the Sharks 1. Face off just to the left of goaltender Roger Seacrest in the Blackhawks net. Puck goes right in front off the face-off. Quick shot, just wide by Clement. Puck finally fired out and down the ice. Crosses the Sharks blue line. Race for it. The Sharks defense got a little lackadaisical there. Let the Hawks go right by them, and they did get the shot away on Langlois. As Brutalin just zipped right by the one defenseman, and they both got a chance to get a shot away on goaltender Langlois. From the face-off just to the left of Langlois. Sharks do win the face-off, come out outside their blue line. Get to center, stopped there by that Blackhawk defense who's standing their ground well at their blue line and center zone. Fired up on the wing. Hawks applying a little bit of pressure. Knocked around in the corner. Blackhawks trying to get a setup in front of the net as Derek Flo standing there all alone. Comes to the side of the net, knocked down. Fired away quickly by Gibson. Quickly scooped up back at the blue line by Bobby Lampton for the Hawks. He leaves it there for Derek Flo along the boards. Flo sends it up on the wing, picked up there by Lampton. Lampton fires it into the Sharks end zone. Sharks. Jennifer McLean just fires it outside the blue line. Delayed offside on the play as the Hawks cross the blue line too early, with a player caught deep in the Sharks end zone. So the score remains 3-1 Sharks, with time running out here in this second and final period. Face-off just outside the Shark blue line. Hawks send it right back in again. Shark defense has to fire it back out, get it outside the blue line. Picked up at center. Knocked away quickly as a Derek Flo for the Hawks. Right on telling Giat. He sends it back to the blue line. Long shot by Secord, knocked away. Before he could get good wood on it, race down the wing. As the Hawks break in all alone. Quick shot, nice save by Langlois. Again, Langlois called on to make the big save of the Hawks. Just come flying in on that wing. Excellent opportunity for Bobby Lampton, and we've got a breakaway going the other way now for the Sharks. Giat couldn't get enough steam to get away from the Blackhawk defense. Puck's loose in the corner. Hawks come back, pick it up, taken away by Lampton. He lost it. Derek Flo has to come back, help him out. He fired, hit his skate. They try again. Flo knocks it out. Stop there right in front of the net. Sharks, Jennifer McLean. They couldn't get control, and Billy Joe Bossman had to come back, pick it up, fire back to center, stop there by the Sharks defense. And he sends a breakaway pass, long shot. Nice save by Roger Seacrest behind the net. Sharks still trying to get something organized. Giat tries again, fires it at the side of the net. As the buzzer goes, the Sharks tried on several opportunities there to get it by Seacrest and couldn't do it. And the Sharks still trail 3-1. Blackhawks got those 2 goals at the end of the first period to take the lead. And they haven't looked back here in the second, adding one early to take a solid 2-goal lead with goaltending they've been getting so far in net from Seacrest and Andrew Brandeis. From the face-off, Hawks at their own blue line, get it outside the blue line and fire it down the ice. Goes to the face-off circle, fired away by Ryan Gibson. He got it to the blue line, fired it up on the wing, picked up there by Craig Clement. Clement got it to the blue line, knocked away there quickly by number 12, Willem Bossman. He lost control of it, and down come the Hawks. Felsham crosses the blue line for the Hawks, quickly apprehended there by both Shark defensemen. Puck squirts loose. Felsham picks it up again, fires it to the back of the net, goes into the corner. Fired right out in front by Boudreau. Another loose shot, another shot. And Boudreau finally reaches out with a big glove and pulls. Goaltender Tommy Boudreau been busy in the Sharks net as of late, with the Blackhawks coming to life late in this hockey game. From the face-off, race for a loose puck going down, picked up there by 12, Willem Bossman. He's just tagged at the blue line by the Blackhawk defense, and Derek Flo quickly got back and took the puck away. Picked up again by Bossman. Tries to shoot it. Hawks sent it outside the blue line, a race going to go the other way. Shark defense knocked it over into the corner. Puck comes loose. Fired into the corner. Sharks try to get it outside the blue line. They get it out to the blue line and to center. Blackhawk defenseman there waiting. Knocks it right back in again. Sends it into Andrew Marshall. Marshall with a long shot. Whoa, went off defenseman Ryan Gibson's skate and just caromed wide of the net. Fired at a quick shot. Bujo has it squeezed between his leg pads and holds on for the faceoff. Faceoff to the left of Tom Boudreau. They trail 3-1. Sharks looking for those two comeback goals. There's a pass right in front, just wide. Marshall gets right on that loose puck. Fires it right in front of the net. Comes right to an open net to shoot at him. Marshall, who circled around to the other side after Derek Blue had sent it right across the goal mouth. Marshall came to the other side and had an open net. There's Marshall at one side, and there he is right over there now waiting. And it's into the open net. A nice easy one for Andrew. So the score now makes it 4-1 Hawks late in this hockey game. From the face-off, Marshall fired it on the other side. Picked up there by Derek Plow. They battle for it along the boards as the buzzer goes for the line change. And the final shift of this hockey game is coming back on, and it's going to have to be a big one for the Sharks if they want back in this hockey game to salvage a point or two. See if they can tie it up in the final 4 minutes of this hockey game. Hawks 4, Sharks 1 on that goal by Marshall. That's kind of put it out of reach for the Sharks to come back for a tie. From the face-off, fired to the blue line but not in. Hawks have a miscue just at the blue line there by Corona. He couldn't get it out. Sharks sent it right back in deep behind the net. Fired out along the boards. Down the wing, Hawks break away 2 of them. Cross the blue line. Pass out in front, easily stopped by the defense. And it's knocked away by Giat. And the Sharks start out of their own end zone into center. Down on the wing, knocked away by Rick Bossman. He goes behind the net, tries to forecheck the Blackhawks defense. Taken away, and the Blackhawks get it to the blue line, but not out. Long shot by Billy Joe Bossman. Just wide of Seacrest in the net. Goes around on the boards to the other side. Blackhawks try to get out. They fan on it. Goes back in deep behind their own net. Hawks again get it to the blue line and out and down the ice. Goes the length of the ice, so we have an icing with less than 3 minutes remaining in hockey in this second period. And it was a close game until the Hawks scored those 2 goals late in this period now. And the last one by Andrew Marshall has sewn it up for the Hawks. A score of 4-1 now, with time ticking down on the Shark team. From the face-off, knocked back by Dan Marwich to the blue line off the face-off. Long shot comes back out in front. Scramble for it, comes back to the blue line. Knocked away. Dan Marwich kept it in again though. Comes back to the blue line again. Knocked down and kept in by Greg Roberts. Comes to the blue line and the Hawks finally knock it out and down the ice. Goes back down to the corner of the Sharks. Miscue by the Sharks defense. Comes right back out in front. A quick shot just wide of Langlois. Comes to the other side. Knocked away by Tom Seacrest. He couldn't get control for the Hawks, and down comes Rick Bossman for the Sharks. Bossman sidesteps the defense, goes in on his wing, shoots. Ooh, just wide of the net. Comes out the boards to the far side, and Hawks send it outside the blue line into the center zone. Sharks send it right back towards the Blackhawks zone, knocked away quickly. And the Sharks have to come back and pick it up. Number 3, Dan Marwich. Marwich, long shot. Hit one of the Blackhawk players, goes up in the air and drops down in front of the penalty box. Knocked down by Graham Gibbons. He gets it to center. Sharks right back on it again. Nice move there by Bossman. Bossman turns at the blue line, waits. Couldn't get any farther, and it's taken away quickly by the Blackhawk defense. Sharks quickly on forechecking as they trail by 3 goals. Comes to the far side. Hawks trying to get a rush set up here. And down comes 3 Hawks, 3 on no breakaway. As 3 of them breakaway all alone. Quick shot, score! The Blackhawks have taken this game right away now. Thomas Seacrest pulls the goalie out, puts it behind him on the stick side. And that's it. The game is over. The final score, the Blackhawks 5 and the Sharks 1. It's Spartan Junior Hockey brought to you by Glenn Sear. Thank you very much.